Welcome to Inside Out with Kris, a podcast where there are no limits or surface level conversations. I'm your host, Kris Burns, a personal development coach on a mission to empower women to move the needle in all areas of their lives. Each week we dive into deep, thought-provoking conversations with inspiring guests. We're talking deep truths, raw experiences, and dropping game-changing takeaways to help you break free of the BS holding you back. Let's transform you from the inside out. Hello and welcome back to Inside Out, our short 5-minute solo episode. Today we are speaking to radical responsibility versus blame culture. And some key points that I want to go over with you are these 3 things. First of all, blame is keeping you powerless and it is causing you to repeat the same fucking cycles. So if you are sitting in blaming someone else rather than the mindset of, this is on me, how did I create it, how is this my projection, where is this a mirror holding up for me? If you are literally sitting there going, this is this person's fault, they didn't do X, they didn't do Y, like let's just drop back into our own frequency and meet our highest self. Let's actually tap into, how the fuck is this on me? How did I create this? Because if we adopt that mindset of everything is within your control, that means that you can also adopt the mindset of everything that goes wrong is also about me and how I created that. And once you learn to take acceptance and ownership of the externalizing that you're doing with blaming other people, you're literally externalizing your power. You're going, hey, this is not on me. This is not my problem. This is not for me. You're putting it on someone else. And then you are allowing yourself by actively, and you're actively choosing this, you are actively choosing to sit in victimhood. And where do you think victimhood's going to get you? Absolutely freaking nowhere. Now, the next thing that I want to speak to is radical responsibility, being the growth and freedom to your hurt. Now, radical responsibility piece and adopting that mindset of it always being on me will create growth, not only within your internal systems, it will create growth within your belief system and build evidence of, I believe I'm worthy of having what I want because I am responsible for everything in my life. Because if you believe that you're not worthy of having everything that you want, you're going to actively choose to dismiss certain behaviors within yourself, and that will allow you to no longer be accountable to your choices and behaviors. So the radical responsibility piece really ties it into your growth and your freedom, because if you're sitting in blamehood, you're sitting in fucking hurt. And if you're sitting in hurt, you're not actively operating from your from intelligence. There is 2 ways we can look at emotional intelligence, right? And one of the key things that I speak to with so many of my clients is, where are you choosing to operate from right now? When they're venting about something, when they're sitting in that blamehood, that victimhood, when they're externalizing their power, where are you choosing to operate from? And for me, that comes down to 2 things, emotion or intelligence. Yeah. So if I'm operating from intelligence, I'm so self-aware. I am so in the mindset of I am responsible for my thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This is on me. I've got full radical responsibility. And if you're not adopting that mindset, you're sitting in the other side of it, which looks like you are operating only from emotion. And yeah, you can be in your emotions. Absolutely. We want to feel those things. We never want to suppress emotion, but you have to move through it. Choose to move through it. So I have a master's in linguistics, and linguistically speaking, the word emotion means energy in motion. So you need to actively move through your emotions and then come out the other side of that. You need to be really, really honest with yourself of, am I going to operate here in response, in reactivation, in conversation, in my relationships from a place of intelligence, or am I going to operate from emotion? And I will always, always choose intelligence. I hope that this episode gave you some support and some really empowering steps and strategies, I suppose, or tools to drop into your everyday life. Because when you are sitting in blame culture, you are not owning yourself and all versions of yourself, and you are not going to grow, and you are going to sit in hurt and basically stay in your shit. And I know you're not here for that. Tune in to next week's episode every Thursday at 5 a.m. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. If this landed for you, I would love if you can share this conversation to your socials, and don't forget to tag at Inside Out with Kris. Don't also forget to hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss next week's conversation. Bye.